All right. How are we doing, boys, gals? Welcome to the Cycle Frontier. This is a little bit different for me. I didn't really expect to be playing the Cycle, to be honest, and give it another try, but Season 3 has came upon us. And I thought I'll check out some of the new changes and see what's going on. So we've selected all the missions we've got in mind, which is one for each of the factions, which is Osiris and Co-11 and the ICA. Well, that was that one done already. And the old Strider, that's fine. As you can see, the missions are pretty easy at the start. Just kind of getting you basically familiar with like the certain aspects of the game. Kind of getting you used to looting things, killing things, searching for things like that. Now, the Cycle Frontier is a extraction looter shooter very similar to games like Escape from Tarkov and DMZ, right? Now, this is more of a futuristic type game, and one of the things I quite liked about the Cycle, and I played a lot of the Cycle, I played the 2 betas before Season 1. We also played all of Season 1, and I actually made content on the channel, so what I will do is if you are interested in this game, there's some really good videos I made back for Season 1 and a bit of Season 2 on the channel, and they are still, to be honest, pretty relevant to even Season 3. Obviously, there's balance changes and a few different mission changes, but the overall core gameplay and weapons, you know, are the same. So I will leave a playlist link in the description down below. There was some good videos there if you do want to check them out, because I have covered this game quite a bit on the channel. This is kind of the first game, I suppose, what blew up. I started to do quite well with the channel. So what we're doing is we're checking everything. And what you want to do in this game, compared to DMZ in the sense of you want to loot everything in this game. You want to grab everything, because it will all be used for something. It's always something you will require, and picking it up and putting it in your stash comes in very handy. So if you see something, just pick it up and grab it. Chances are you will need it for either a mission or upgrading your hideout. Ooh, there's someone. Is that someone here, or is that I think that's a creature. I've got to get used to the sound of this game. The sound is very good on this game. Yeah, he's just down there. Okay. So yeah, looting in this game is pretty... You need to pretty much grab everything in this game. Also, when it comes to PvP, for anyone who, I suppose, plays DMZ, it's their first extraction looter shooter, this game is a very PvP orientated, okay? There's no, like, friendlies, really, in this game. There'll be people who might shout friendly, but then it's up to you if you want to believe them or not. Loot is a lot more valuable in this game compared to DMZ, right? You don't loot, like, if you see a free vest, you never really get, like, super excited, right? Or the weapons in DMZ, right? That's one of the things I hope they make more better in DMZ, is the value of loot, right? Ooh, tall ice key. This used to be a really bad key back in the days. Like, it was really, it was never worth going. I might actually grab it and see if it's the same or not. But yeah, loot is so valuable in this. Like the guns in this, and you always want to have a stock or something. Oh, someone's here. Someone's got a bulldog. Sounds like a bulldog. So you don't want to be getting into a, you don't want to be like shouting friendly or trying to pair up with people. It's shoot on sight pretty much normally with this game. All right. So just one thing of a warning: if DMZ is your first game and you're coming over to just watch this one from me, just to give you an overall kind of heads up with it when it comes to the PvP, right? It is a PvP PvE game. Now, where is this guy gone? He's mostly killing the Striders. There's a mission you have to kill Striders around here at some point, I'm guessing. Or it's a mission to kill Striders and collect Spinal Tap, which is what they drop. There he is. Now, like DMZ, the sniper rifle, bolt action, which I've got, is very, very good for early game. Anything up to the white gear, which is your starter gear, green and blue gear. It's very good for just outputting a lot of damage straight away, and then being able to push them with whatever gun you want to push them with. So I advise, if you can, and you got the money to, if you do play this, buy yourself a sniper rifle and the scope. I will show you this at the end of the game. I'll show you the home hub, which this game has at the end of the game, because we will, if we do extract anyway. This is my first raid, and we're going to be recording this one and doing it even if we die or live. Ooh, resin guns, we need them. It'll be interesting to see if the value of loot is changed or different. I think yeah, there's people to my left, or person to my left. Now, one thing they have done with this game, which is maybe a plus for some people who are a solo player like myself, the matchmaking, if you go in solo, it will favor other solo players. So chances are, if you run into someone, they're going to be solo. This is a really good matchmaking system they've changed, and I think that's actually a really good change. And also the matchmaking is valued on gear. I'm guessing gear score from what I've seen. Where is this guy? I can hear him. Is he above me or below me? I got to get used to the sounds and details of this game again, as I haven't played it for a little while. He's not above me, I don't think, because I would have seen him by now. Yeah, he's still moving about. I think this guy hears me too, so this is going to be standoff, but it's just trying to figure out where he is. Let's shoot this. Maybe it'll entice him. He's... Oh, I see him. I just see his little head. He's creeping along below. He's waiting for me to come out, I think. Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get him. So I think he's behind these two things here. Oh, there's someone behind me too shooting a manticore. So we've got to be careful of that guy. Sounds like there's an extraction going on behind me. See if I can see this guy, get another angle on him. Where is he? Oh, I see him right there. Right, that's a headshot. If you get a hit mark and it's a yellow, that's a headshot. We push him. He's weak as hell. There we go. He done some good damage to me. Right, so we heal up. These are like the heals. They heal you feel a bit, these little white ones. And you want to try and get the green stims as possible if you can. There's a mission on the side which you can get these. But I'm going to show you another way of getting these straight away. Well, nearly straight away once you've played a few games. What's he got? So he's got... So you grab, like I said, to try and grab as much as you can of certain things. I know specifically what I need for missions most of the time, so I'll grab specific things, but... the scrapper. Should we take the scrapper or not? I don't need the circuit board, to be honest. I don't need that. Can I grab it still? No. I don't need that. I can find these quite easy. Right, there we go. Stock up with a few guns, just in case we have a few deaths, maybe. But, right, let's keep on going. Now, the thing about these stims are so important in this game, and the white stims are a bit meh. Now, you can get yourself the green stims right at the start. Well, nearly at the start, as long as you do a bit of looting. You need to pick up these, the water reed filaments. Now, you get water reed filaments around here, and you'll get the bright cap mushrooms at the swamp. There we are, that's another one. And you'll get old medicine, which is, I've also put in the pocket, from medical boxes. Those little red medical boxes scattered about, also around this area. And I always pick them up. I advise always picking them up and putting them in your pocket when you can, because they're gonna save you a lot of money in your journey. And I will again show you at the base when we get back to it. Why? Right. We need to get nickel. Oh, there's someone up here. Okay, we're gonna move up and see if we can get the kill on this. He's distracted at the minute, and as a solo player you want to make sure you attack when people are distracted. You don't want to, if you possibly can, especially if you're on a mission, get in a 1v1 when they know exactly where you are. Element of surprise is always perfect in DMZ and Cycle. Right, he is getting attacked a lot by the old PvE here. This is a perfect time for us to move up because we're not making that much noise. He's running. He's weak a bit. There he is. Dang. Let's just clear the PvE out quickly. You do not want to loot players also straight away. Because this is more PvP orientated, when you make shots, there's a chance that someone may run towards you, right? If they hear gunshots going, like me going, I was drawn towards the fire, people may come. So we've killed him, we've killed the PvE, we've made a bit of noise. There's an distraction behind me, so that's fine. Now listen out for other players. This is what I always like to do. Just listen out, see if anyone's coming running along to see if they can sneak up or catch you out when looting. Never loot straight away, so I'm just going to check around. See if I can see anyone with a sniper. Can't see anyone around. We know behind us is okay for now. That's the building, that tall house building we got the key for. We'll have a little look at that in a minute, but wouldn't mind looting this guy, but I'm just making sure that no one else is about. I think we are okay. So now I'm going to go for the old loot. See what they got. Ooh, I got some green stuff. Assault rifle. Nothing really on him, but... Oh, that's a better helmet than what I've got, I think. Yeah, I've just got normal. I'm going to dump this if I can. And... Let's dump the scrapper. I can buy... I don't really care too much for the scrapper. I'd rather grab extra gear. Better, you know, rather have the green gear than over the white. I want to know if I can... How much is this? Let's just see if I can get rid of some stuff here. What do we not need? I mean, we could most probably get rid of some ammo. There we go. Right. Still can't hear anyone charging, so I'm going to go over towards this tall house key. This is where the tall house key is. See if it's still as bad as I can remember it being. One of the keys to surviving in this game, for me anyway, as a solo, is never run everywhere. The sound in this game is very, very good, and you can hear it. This is the med. Those the way you can get the those little med boxes, are where you can normally get the old medicine, which is in the old pocket here. I'm gonna get rid of that stupid key. This is not good. Can't see anyone. Okay, we're gonna keep on going. So yeah, you don't want to run about as much in this game because you will hear anyone who's running a mile away and you can set up on them and take them out. So you'll notice that I'll run for a bit and then I'll stop and listen. And then when I'm in certain areas, I will listen out and see if I can hear anyone, because you'll catch so many people off guard if you just take it nice and slow and chill. Because compared to also like DMZ, this game doesn't need to rush you. You don't need to rush your raids. There's no time limit on extracting because the servers go continuously from what it used to be. I think it was 8 hours. Each server was 8 hours, and there's people always coming and going in the game. So there's no like spawn points you need to learn in terms of when you spawn in, there's going to be a player spawn here, player spawn there, player spawn there. It's going to be random. People will spawn in at all times. The only times they don't spawn in is when the storm comes. Like when you get this little 5 minutes before the storm coming. That's the only time they won't spawn in. And then they'll spawn in after the storm. The main storm comes, basically. So that is that. There's... From what I noticed, like it's 4 type of weather cycles too. This is the second weather cycle. It starts off first being sunny, and then it becomes like this, rainy and dull and a bit loud, and then you get a warning to get out, and if you don't get out, you have to take cover, or you have to make sure you don't get hit by the lightning. It's like the power storm, and then you get this kind of like dull, non-rainy drizzle air time, and then it goes back to the sunny again. Now, this is what we're looking for. This is the nickel. It's like a green kind of rock tint to it. This is what we need for the nickel. you'll find this scattered about the Bright Sands map. And you just kind of hit it a few times. Hit it in the main dense areas where it's like more green, and you can take more of a chunk from it away to, you know, loot and not make as much noise. Now we need to extract here or there, so I'm going to go to this one because we've got what we need. We've completed all our missions. We're going to get out and do a reset, I think. This is the Velasite, so look out for that. If you're looking for Velasite, it's that type of rock. It's blue. And there's another one which is called brittle ore, and that's like red. You'll see like a red type of rock, and you'll need them for your adventures, looting them, you know, kind of doing things. So just being nice and careful, but the extractor's up here, so we can kind of go to it. You can't mark things on the map like you can in DMZ, so you just have to kind of start to learn the map a bit, but you can just keep looking at the map and it'll show you where you are on the map, which direction you're looking, so it's quite easy compared to like Tarkov. At least Tarkov is like savage in that sense. Right, looks to be no one about. Let's call in the ship here. Now, it doesn't make a flare, but it does make a little noise, like that noise, like, and if someone's nearby, they can hear that. And obviously going to see the ship come in if they are about. So, don't do what a lot of people do. I always see a lot of people do this when they're trying to go for an extract. They go and hide somewhere. Be vigilant and look about the places where people can come in and get ready for a fight, because people will push exfils. If there's people about, there's a possibility that people could push an exfil. So I'm always on the lookout. I'm not going to just hide in the corner. Get ready for, you know, just look out for people. It gives you more of a heads up if someone's coming. It also shows that you're maybe a bit more confident, and someone who isn't as confident may just not attack. You know, they may see that you're just running, looking about, looking for people. And unlike DMZ, when you get on, it doesn't initially start the timer. You do have to wait for it to take off. It's now going to start to take off in a minute. What you can do is wait outside until you hear this kind of like revving up, and you can see there's a purple icon at the top here going, and then once it reaches the end, boom, there we go. Oh, this is different. Little shield. I've never seen this shield thing before. Normally the doors close. That's pretty cool. You can like look outside when it extracts, and there we go. First game. And we got the old success there. Nice one. So we've completed a lot of stuff. This is handy. We've got ourselves some extra armor. Made a bit of dough. Good times. Happy with that. So what I will do is, yeah, you can see here we've completed everything else. So now what we've got to do is hand these into the faction. So that's what we'll do now. I will show you. What did you kill here? Two? Yeah, that person got away. Yeah. All right, we'll head into the old main base. All right, boys. So this is the base, right? So we're just spawned back in after the raid, and you got your different factions, you know, just like DMZ, but in DMZ, it's all done through a menu, right? This is an actual base. It feels, for me, it kind of feels a bit like Destiny 2 is the best weapon. You know, when you go to the home part of Destiny 2, the tower, it's kind of like that. So you just have to go and hand them in.
Yeah, prospector. Very good.
Boom, there we go.
Very good.
And as I was saying, while I was talking about it, because I was saying this in the game, that factions mean a lot more in the cycle than they do in, say, DMZ. DMZ is just cosmetics, right? Like we said. In here, you level up your faction so you can get access to one end game activities. Each faction has a different end game activity which can earn you a lot of money, and also it gets you access to weapons which you can't buy unless you level them up. So these weapons are specific to Korolev, right? So if I wanted to get the Scrapper or the Maelstrom Hammer, which is one of my favorite guns in the game, by the way. Oh, that's been There's two different hammers here. Oh, I like that. That's this new thing they've added. I haven't actually looked at all the changes yet, but that's pretty cool. Right. So that's why you want to level up factions, though, is because you want to, you know, you want to kind of unlock some of the weapons. Now, what I did do is look into some of the better weapons, and they do seem all kind of the same. What I would recommend in terms of aiming towards what you should be aiming towards when it comes to your factions, as a little early tip for you anyway,
See you again.
is to level up Osiris and level up ICA. Now, the reason you want to level up ICA, because I've seen some people using it already, and it was one of my favorite guns back in season 1 and even season 2. And that was the Bulldog. It's the first level 2 gun you can unlock for ICA. I'm already halfway there just by doing that one quest. You want to get this. It's nice and cheap, and it's very good up and close. And if you use it with the sniper rifle, which was talking about, you know, which I've got, I'll show you where you can buy the sniper rifle, by the way, in a minute. If you get it with a sniper rifle, it's a really good pairing. It deals with a lot of situations if people are pushing you, and you got the sniper for the further ranges. There we go, just hand this in. Now, I was using the Manticore, and the Manticore is the gun you can get from these guys. A little bit higher level, if you go to weapons. Manticore is just here, right? Now, this one, again, is worth getting as an early game gun. It feels great. It's going to deal damage against the, you know, level, I'll say like white tier up until blue tier possibly, and then you'll be fine. I haven't tested it yet, obviously, because this is the first game I've played so far of the cycle of season 3, and they have done some balance changes. Now, you can get your sniper rifle from here. This is the gun shop here, and it's this one here. Now, the thing about the sniper is it is very strong, and it can deal a lot of damage, but obviously it costs quite a bit. It's 6,800, and it doesn't come with a scope, so you'd have to buy this along with a 2x optic, which is 2,500. So it's costing you about what, 8,000, 9,000, and then you got to get some ammo, right? So it's the trade-off. I personally think it's one of the best things to bring in. You just, like, you know, I recommend snipers are really good in DMZ. It's nothing which comes close to just bringing the old sniper in. It just does a lot of damage. You can instantly get a lot of damage dealt and then push that person, which is perfect. Now, this is your quarters. This is your little upgrade area, where you can go to the quarters upgrade, and you can start like upgrading things. So it's like, you know, I was saying about everything is worth picking up. It's because everything is worth picking up. You may need it for a faction quest. You may need it for certain things. Now, if you are interested in the Cycle Frontier and you want to see more Cycle Frontier content on the channel, I'm quite happy to do more guides and things to help you along the way. I have played this game from the beta. I've played season 1. I've played halfway through season 2 until then DMZ came along. I know quite a bit about the game. I'm quite familiar with it, and so if you do want some hints and tips, things to help you along the way, you can. But you can see here, this is like K-Marks generator. Basically, you can create a generator to generate you the K-Marks here, and then there's one here, supply crate. If you upgrade your supply crate every day, you can get a new supply crate, and if it's upgraded, you get better stuff in it. So you got all these little cool upgrades. Aurum generator, this is good for insurance. Eventually, you can upgrade your stash. Now, a little tip for you. You can see why I took the spinal base, why I grabbed that spinal base. You can upgrade your pockets. One thing I 100% would advise is focus on your inventory sizes, right? Get your inventory up there. So you look for hardened metals, for example. Look for the spinal base. That's why we grab some of the spinal base, so we can construct this straight away. And we've got a minute, and then our pockets upgrade, so we can fit more in our pockets. Basically, what happens if you die, as I said before, you can, if you die, you basically take everything out with your pockets. Even if you get killed, anything in your pockets still comes out with you. So that's why you would want to do that. And then eventually, inventory is super important just because you're going to be hoarding a lot of stuff, right? To upgrade your stuff here, to do for missions. There's going to be missions which will require certain things, and so you definitely want to hoard it. And this is the supply crate we was talking about. I've already claimed it, but if you look at more details, you can get something like this. Some of the items in here, not all of them, but some of the items from here. Insurance package. If you insured your weapons, this is where if they don't get picked up, they come back here, or you get the money for them. Twitch drops, things like that. So quick cut here, but one thing I forgot to show you before, the reason why we was picking up those certain materials I was talking about for making the consumables, your heals. If you go to here on the actual station, you also got the gear printer, as I forgot to mention about this. So if you go to the gear printer, you can actually make things like upgrade. This is how you get like better backpacks and armor and things like that, right? Upgrade to get cool weapons, armor, things like that, and it'll require again other materials. Now, what I want to talk about is if you go to consumables, strong stims. They are unlocked from the start. You don't need to do the mission to actually unlock them. You can literally just make them all the time. These are going to save your life. Like, if you do get into the Cycle Frontier, you want to farm old medicine. This is what we're picking up in those, like, med boxes, right? Always search med boxes. Pick up old medicine, put them in your pockets. Bright cap mushrooms, which can be found at the swamp. We didn't get to go to the swamp in the raid, but always pick up the bright cap mushrooms and always pick up those water reed filaments. It only costs 300k marks for 5. Now, if you go over, just take that in mind, 300k marks for 5 of them. This is really cheap. If you go over to Osiris, this is where you have to do the mission, one of the missions to unlock them, and you can then buy them. If you go to their consumables and buy the strong stims, they cost 3,000 for 5. 3,000. So 300 over 3,000. So 100% as a new person, you want to be going over to here and crafting them when you can. Always at the start, at least, when you're still, you know, earning the K marks, trying to make as much money as possible to save on heals. You want to be going to your consumables and getting the strong spit stims. Pick up these bright caps, pick up these water refilaments and this old medicine. It's just going to help you out a lot. All right, but guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Something a little bit different than obviously DMZ, but it is an extraction looter shooter, and I do like to try and cover basically extraction looter shooters. They are my thing. I absolutely love them. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.